In a surprise pre-dawn raid in late December, law enforcement arresting Bryan Kohberger at his parents' Pennsylvania home, taking the suspect into custody after a 6-week manhunt.
Bryan!
Now in a newly unsealed search warrant, we're learning what else authorities took from his family home that morning. Among the items, a flashlight and medical gloves, an assortment of clothing, including a black sweatshirt and black and white Nikes, and a cheek swab, presumably for the suspect's DNA. According to two sources familiar with the investigation, NBC News learned investigators used forensic genealogy to zero in on Kohberger, possibly using DNA recovered from a knife sheath found near the body of one of the victims. In a previous search of Kohberger's apartment in Washington state, investigators also gathered possible hair strands, chemical-resistant gloves, items that had red and brown stains, and a computer tower. In December, Kohberger had driven home with his father to Pennsylvania from Washington State University, where he was pursuing his PhD in criminal justice. On that trip, the pair were pulled over twice in Indiana weeks before the arrest.
How y'all doing today?
They were driving a white Hyundai Elantra, the same type of car police say was captured on surveillance video near the scene of the murders. Kohberger's school less than 10 miles from the University of Idaho, and the off-campus home where 4 students, Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Gonzalez, and Maddie Mogan, were found stabbed to death on November 13th. A surviving roommate telling authorities she saw a figure dressed in black in the home that night. Now Kohberger is awaiting trial on 4 counts of first-degree murder. He has not formally entered a plea, but has said through a former attorney that he believes he will be exonerated. Meanwhile, the community of Moscow, Idaho, is trying to move forward.
I feel better, sort of, knowing that they have the suspect in custody, that there's a chance that this might all be behind us soon enough.
The university announcing the house where the murders happened will be demolished, calling it a healing step and a way to stop efforts to further sensationalize the crime scene.
Now, authorities still haven't publicly released a motive for the attack, but allege Kohberger stalked the victim's house at least a dozen times before the killings and say he went back to the crime scene hours after the murders. Guys.
All right, Gadi, thank you.
Let's get some more perspective on these latest developments from NBC legal analyst Danny Cevallos. Good to see you back, buddy. Thanks for being here.
Of course.
So let's start with some of the items that were seized at Kohberger's family's house. Anything jump out to you on that list?
Yes. What's compelling and what people have focused on is the 9 items that were actually seized. But that only tells half of the story. What's also interesting is the long list, I think it's on page 6, of items that law enforcement were looking for. And that's a much broader list. So, in a sense, the fact that those 9 items don't include electronic devices, which were on the search warrant, other items. There were a limited number of clothing items taken from the residence. So there is something telling in the fact that there were only 9 items, clothing, a flashlight, no electronic devices. A lot of the things they were looking for in the search warrant were not recovered. So that is very interesting to me, and maybe not that surprising, because you might not expect a lot of evidence at his parents' home.
Still this morning, one of the biggest outstanding questions in this case seems to be motive. What do you make of that, or what are we hearing?
Motive is not an element of a crime. Prosecutors love to inject motive because it can be evidence of somebody's intent. But you don't need a lot of motive for intent evidence here, because it's obvious that these killings were done intentionally. So while motive is a helpful thing for prosecutors, it's not essential. If they're in closing argument on trial this case, they can basically say, the prosecutors, look, we don't know why he did it. He's maybe a serial killer. Who knows? Motive is not important. What's important is the evidence before you, and the evidence shows that Mr. Kohberger was here. He was the only one that could have done it. Something like that. How'd I do, Craig?
Yeah, great. I think you got a real future as a lawyer. Kohberger, we're going to see him end of June, I believe, for this preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Are you surprised at all that there's been such a chasm, such a gap between his arrest and this initial preliminary hearing?
Yes and no. Under Idaho procedure, and it's similar procedure in many states, the preliminary hearing has to happen within 14 days unless the parties agree otherwise. And generally speaking, in high-profile cases, you take the rules of procedure, you ball them up, and you throw them out the window. There seem to be different rules for high-profile cases. Yes, many months out is a long time for a preliminary hearing, but if both parties want it, if both parties want the time, then it is permitted under Idaho rules.
And to be clear, he still has yet to enter a plea either.
Very strange, but not considering how far out the preliminary hearing is. Like many states, Idaho bifurcates. They have a lower court, kind of a triage court, that handles this with the magistrate. It's not even to the final court it will be in, which is district court in Idaho. So that's why he hasn't yet entered a plea. It will come at or around the time of the preliminary hearing.
Thank you, Danny.
All right.
Thank you,
Danny.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.